Hi, I'm Leanne. I'm a lightworker and a mother to 3 special girls. I strive to continue learning, growing, and to collect new skills. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master teacher, and Akashic record reader and energy healer. I am so excited to share what I've learned and what I'm going to learn and the ups and downs of life. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Welcome to Life of a Lightworker podcast. Hello, thank you so much for joining me. Today's deck is the Herbal Astrology Oracle Deck, and the intention is, what do you, the people that are listening, need to hear at this moment? And I had a card fly out. Let's see. Mugwort, Psychic Healing. Let's start by reading from the book. I'll first start off by saying that I love this deck. I love the way it's laid out. I love that it's numbered. It's easy to find the information in the book and look it up. So if you like this deck at all, I highly suggest it. It's one of my favorite ones to use. Okay, so this one does have upright reversed, but when it fell out, it was kind of diagonal. So I'm going to take it as an upright position. So the upright position is dream work, the liminal space, in transition, other realities, clairvoyance, and foresight. So all Artemesis, I'm going to butcher all the actual plant names, I know that. Family plants are sacred to Artemis, the moon goddess. The mugwort is closely linked to the fairy realm. Historically, it has been used to protect against evil spirits, parasitic entities, dark energies, and hexes among a variety of cultures. Mugwort and its extended family are moon allies that symbolize the mystical workings of our intuition, dreams, and subconscious mind. The silvery light of the moon illuminates the path to higher consciousness, winding through La Selva Subterranea, the underground forests. The moon represents our emotional body, the shadow itself, the underworld, psychic abilities, and the occult. Its dark side can bring on illusions, fear, and feelings of separation and disconnection. Mugwort grants us the strength to work with our shadows and protects us from the parasitic entities that we might encounter as we dive deep into our psyche. Mugwort is a resilient plant that grows in conditions where other herbs may be unhappy. This bitter herb has traditionally used as a tonic for stomach and intestinal conditions, including as a parasite cleanser, an aid to weak digestion, and more. The moon is said to directly govern the stomach and gut in its entirety, and regulation of the fluid of the body. So it is no coincidence that Artemisia, the moon goddess herb, greatly eases chronic stomach and intestinal complaints. Oh my goodness, reading. Artemis, the moon goddess, and her wise white owl meet you as you enter the liminal space between one life phase and the next. Your channel is wide open. She is instructing you on how to draw upon your psychic powers and pass through the test within the realms of shadow. You are not lost. Oftentimes, the greatest clarity draws after the darkest hours. Owl medicine asks you to use the powers of your psychic insight to observe and intuit aspects of your life that may still lay in darkness. Confront that which is unworthy of your devotion. Eradicate destructive forces. Pay attention to the signs and omens that appear as you navigate the labyrinth of your subterranean forest. I had to stop for a second and get my moxa stick, because moxa is made from mugwort, and moxa, if you don't know, is used mostly by acupuncturists. You light it, and then this temperature of it you can feel deep within your body. So you light it, and it doesn't necessarily look like it's burning, but it is. But if you feel around it, it's hot, and you can use that to add heat to the body, and you can feel it deep. It's not like a hot pack. It's a very different kind of heat. And so I felt the need to light it up and use it on myself, and it smells so wonderful. So I haven't used it for a while, so this is a great card to pull to remind me to use it more often because it's really wonderful. I really, really love it. Anyways, so reading into the card, going more intuitive level, I feel like this card is the reminder that we are divinely connected, and it would be a good idea. I was going to say should, but no shoulds. It would be a good idea to connect to your higher self, to source, use this intuitive gifts that we've been given, connect with the divine, and listen to ourselves, because we are bombarded by distraction. Right now, it feels like it's overwhelming. All the different distractions, all the different things just piling on us in every aspect of our life. It's overwhelming, and it makes it difficult to tune in and connect to yourself because you're so busy. You're worried. There's just so much going on. So this is a reminder to go within, connect with your intuition, navigate the chaos from within. We're not going outside of ourselves to weed through the distractions, weed through the mixing of truth and lies. We are using our internal compass. We're using our intuition. We're using ourselves as the guides to discern between what requires our attention and what does not require our attention. Because when we look to outside sources to tell us, we're giving our power away. We are really strong, and we have been disconnected from this internal power, our strength, our sovereignty, for a long time. We've been giving it away to others to tell us what to do. And it's time that we listen to ourselves and act accordingly. And I feel like if the majority of us, or many of us, listen to our own internal compass, we'll find that we are doing and thinking a lot of the same things. And they're things that are going to help humanity, help us, and give us a more happier, richer life, instead of what other people may be wanting for us because it benefits them. Whereas when we benefit ourselves, a lot of the time, we benefit all of us, because we are looking at it from a different level, because we see the community, we see the interaction between other people, and knowing that if something is good for my neighbor, it's good for me too. It's not taking away from me. We are growing as a community. It's not this whole lie of us being separate, of us turning on each other. It's the only purpose is to keep us small. When we work together, we grow. So every time you feel that competition within you of, if they have that, I won't have it, think about it. Recognize it in yourself. Know that that has been conditioned in you. That has been told to you over and over and over again, so you start to believe it. And when you recognize it, then it's easier to change it. Then you start going, possibly an idea of what you could say in those situations to yourself is, if they could have it, I can have that too. We are the same. And you could go into further detail of how they got it, and learning from their steps and seeing if those steps might work for you, or maybe you would need different steps. But also seeing that when someone in your area is successful, they can lift you up by association. It's not necessarily, I only have one apple. It's, I have this apple tree, and we're going to share the apples and then plant seeds from those apples, and it'll continue to flourish. So I feel like the psychic healing part of this is examining your own psyche, examining your own thought pattern, your belief system, recognizing them, and then taking steps to change that belief system. And everyone's going to be different of the rationale or the thought process that will go into changing them, because you have to believe it. You have to hold value in it. So if the correction you don't really believe or you don't think is important, it's not going to work. You have to Find something to say to yourself in those moments where you believe it and you can convince yourself. And it's going to take trial and error. Thinking of all these different things you could say to yourself, and eventually you'll find one where, yes, that's true. Or maybe the very first thing you say to yourself, you'll be like, yep, that's helping me change my thought process. And then every time you notice it, you say it to yourself. And then you retrain yourself. Okay, the next card. Oh, here we go. This is a flippy deck for me, so I like when all the cards just fall out and flip out. Cacao, initiation. So this card came as upside down, which is broken wings, self-distrust, lack of self-love, and stepping out of your own way. As empires rose and fell through time, all Mesoamerican civilizations started with the Mayo Chip 5,500 years ago coveted cacao for its nutritional power and supernatural properties. Cacao was also a pillar of their economics and an integral part of religious rites, appearing as a key element in many spiritual ceremonies, death rites, and sacrifices. In the Mayan creation story, Poplova, God's created humans out of foods, including cacao. In another Mayan myth, their god Kukulkan, I'm sorry, I'm going to be saying all these names wrong, or feathered serpent, brought cacao to the people. The Aztecs have a similar story wherein their god Quetzalcoatl came from the sky to give them cacao. In 1552, Aztec book of herbal medicine called the Badimnas Codex, cacao flowers were noted to treat fatigue. In the Florentine Codex from 1950, prescriptions of cacao beans, maize, and the herb Tlacoxotl are used to alleviate fever, shortness of breath, and faintness of heart. There have been over 100 uses found in historical texts, all of which correspond with Uranus's healing energies. This plant helps the nervous system of exhausted patients, improves weakness and mental fatigue, stimulates the kidneys, and helps with digestion and elimination. In addition to cacao beans, preparations of cacao bark, cacao butter or oil, leaves, and flowers have been used to treat burns, bowel dysfunctions, cuts, and skin irritations. So for the guidance, Quincyl has flown into your cards today, symbolizing initiation. The sky gods are speaking and bathing your soul in liquid light as you traverse a series of spiritual tests. The Quetzal is considered one of the highest divine apparitions as it is associated to the snake god Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Like cacao, both are considered precious heavenly gifts from the sky gods. These divine apparitions today are asking you to deeply tune into your cosmic heart. Let it move you. Open yourself to receive the holy gifts provided and listen carefully to the light language pouring through them. Keep elevating your frequency rooted in unconditional love. Step out of your own way and allow your heart to blossom. Know that through this divine love, we experience the cosmic heart, the gateway to spirit. Lovely. Oh, my reading has been difficult for me today. Now I want chocolate. Oh my. Okay. Tuning into the energy of the card. Feels like the energy of cacao gives you freedom. It levitates you. It helps you see things from a different perspective. So even if you're not ingesting it, you can bring in that energy. You can call upon that energy to be into your life. Okay, what I feel this card is saying is one way that we can connect with our intuition and guide ourselves through the upcoming weeks, months, years is to find moments of ceremony and I feel like having a practice ceremony, something, an event, or thought process. I feel like having action involved is going to be very helpful, is going to help connect ourselves to our intuition and make it a touchstone throughout the day. So it could be something as simple as when you're making your morning beverage and you stir it with the intention of what you want in the day, of visualizing connecting with your higher self and listening to your inner compass and putting those thoughts or words into that drink and drinking it with intention. So every sip, you're imagining that intention flowing through your body, the energy of your higher self flowing through your body, of source flowing through your body, and bringing more of these ceremonial moments into your life. And that can just be from adding intention into something you're already doing. It could be like picking a rock or a crystal for the day. It could be anything. It could even just be like maybe the clothes you choose. It's adding these moments of ceremony to add importance to connecting to your higher self, not just taking it for granted, knowing that it's there and this yada, yada, yada. We're intentionally pulling that energy into our lives and grounding it and rooting it into the earth. We are taking this energy that is non-physical and grounding it and rooting it into the physical. So it's that connection. That's to me what this ceremony, this card, and this initiation, we are connecting with our higher self. And it doesn't have to be an initiation that is done by other people. It's something we do ourselves. It's something on the spirit side they are doing for us, and we are giving them the space to do it with this action. It could be a cup of cacao. It could be tea, coffee. It could be anything. You could just take something you already do every day and add intention to it, and there is your event. You could add something brand new. You choose. Whatever feels aligned for you. You could try different things every day until you find something that really resonates with you. It's taking charge of your spiritual self and not just letting it float around, letting other people tell you what to do or how to do it. This is taking charge yourself. Each day you're taking charge. You are setting that intention. You're rooting that energy into your life. And it will help you walk through that day with more self-assuredness, more self-love. Make it easier when the waves of the world come crashing onto you. It'll be easier to keep your footing. It's going to help root you into the earth. So I think it's really, really important to do that. And what I'm being called to do is to add it into my morning tea, and then also do something in the afternoon. Or let me see. I feel like it needs to be twice a day. So maybe for some of you, it's going to be twice a day too. Something like lighting a candle, I feel like would be helpful. And it's create that space. And for me, I feel like having a conversation with my higher self, with my spirit team, even if it's only for 5 minutes, but lighting that candle, creating that space, having that conversation is what's being asked of me. So through bringing in and inviting your higher self, source, your team into your life on the daily basis, it's going to be easier to listen and to feel connected and be pulled into the direction that you're being called to do. And I would like to emphasize putting more importance on your higher self, because that energy is truest form of you. And focusing on that. Yes, it's good to connect with your guides and they can help you, but when it comes to navigating life, I feel like your highest self has the truest, most potent essence of who you are and what your purpose is and what your path is designed to be. And it can be designed in the moment because paths are always evolving, but the intention behind where your higher self wants you to go, the direction they want you to go. And you can feel it in your soul when you want something or when you're interested in something. That is that pull. That is that guidance. It's not the guidance of someone just telling you what to do. It's this deep inner knowing and longing, and that is pulling you. And sometimes people, when you say listen to your higher self, what is your higher self guiding you to do, it feels like an outside thing, but it's intrinsically inside. It is that deep part of you when you are really drawn to art, when you want to draw this, when you hear music and that music feels so good for you. This is your higher self working through you and guiding you and you connecting with your energy. It's all a part of you. So it's really embodying, listening to your intuition, because your intuition is your higher self telling you what's up, because they can see things from a little bit higher perspective and they have your highest good at heart. They want what's best for them. They want what's best for you. So listening to that is really important. So the final message for this episode is taking time to tune into yourself, tune into your heart, tune into your intuition to help find joy, to help find these pieces that will enrich your life so it's easier to block out, to ignore, to let the things that aren't worth our energy pass by. And I think that's a very important part. There's things that are around us trying to bombard us that are not worth our energy. They're not worth our attention. It's not that they aren't important or yada, yada, yada. They are just not worth our energy right now. It's not important enough for us to pay attention to that. We have other things that are more important for us. And using that as a bit of a discernment tool as well can be very helpful. Okay, so if you would like to get in contact with me, you can visit my website, spruceenergyhealing.com. I'm on most social media platforms, and it's Spruce Energy Healing. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next time.